The alley was dark, a narrow passageway filled with shadows and echoes. The dim streetlights flickered, casting eerie shapes on the walls. Shadows danced around the bins, creating an unsettling atmosphere. The air was thick with the scent of decay and dampness. A tiny kitten huddled beneath a torn plastic sheet, shivering from the cold. His small body was barely visible in the dim light. He was so small, his green eyes wide with fear and confusion. The world around him was vast and terrifying. He missed his mother, the warmth and safety she provided. Now he was all alone in this unforgiving place. The kitten's fur was matted and dirty, a testament to the harsh conditions he had endured. He had no one to groom him or keep him clean. His tummy rumbled with hunger. He hadn't eaten all day, and the pangs of starvation were becoming unbearable. A low growl escaped his throat, a mix of hunger and exhaustion. He was so tired, but rest seemed impossible. But he was too scared to sleep. Every little sound made him jump, his heart racing with each unexpected noise. The city was a scary place, full of dangers and unknowns. The kitten longed for a kind touch, a gentle hand to soothe his fears. He longed for a safe place to sleep, a warm bed to curl up in. More than anything, he longed for a home, a place where he could feel loved and protected. The sun rose, the city came alive. The little kitten crept out from his hiding spot. He needed to find food. He was so very hungry. He searched the streets, he searched the bins, but there was nothing to eat. His legs were wobbly. He was so weak, he felt like giving up. The kitten found an old crust of bread. It was hard and dry, but he gobbled it down. It was something. He felt a tiny flicker of hope. Maybe he could survive this. Rain began to fall. It was relentless, pouring down in sheets, drenching everything in its path. Heavy, cold rain. The kitten shivered. His tiny body trembled with each drop that hit him. He was soaked to the bone. He found a cardboard box. It was old and tattered, but it was the only shelter he could find. It wasn't much, but it offered a little shelter. The box provided a small reprieve from the relentless rain. He curled up inside the box. He felt so alone. The world outside was harsh and unforgiving. He closed his eyes. He wished for a miracle. Maybe, just maybe, someone would find him and offer a bit of kindness. Suddenly he heard a noise. Footsteps. They were getting closer, and his heart began to race. A young girl peered inside the box. She had kind eyes and a gentle smile. Her presence felt warm and comforting. "Oh, you poor thing," she whispered. She held out her hand. Her voice was soft and filled with compassion. In it was a can of tuna. The kitten's eyes widened with hope. Maybe this was the miracle he had wished for. The kitten was hesitant at first. He had been wandering the streets for days, unsure of where to go or who to trust. His tiny body shivered from the cold, and his eyes darted around, always on the lookout for danger. But the girl's touch was soft. She approached him slowly, her hand extended with a gentle smile on her face. The kitten could sense her kindness, but still, he hesitated, unsure if he should trust this new human. He ate the tuna from her hand. The delicious smell was too tempting to resist, and his hunger overcame his fear. As he nibbled on the food, he felt a strange sense of comfort and warmth. It was the best thing he had ever tasted. Each bite filled his tiny stomach and gave him a sense of hope he hadn't felt in a long time. The girl gently picked him up. Her hands were warm and reassuring, and for the first time, he felt a sense of safety. She wrapped him in her warm coat. The fabric was soft against his fur, and he snuggled into it, feeling protected from the harsh world outside. He felt safe for the first time in days. The constant fear and anxiety began to melt away, replaced by a newfound sense of security. She took him home with her. Each step she took was a step towards a new beginning for the little kitten. She gave him a bath. The warm water washed away the dirt and grime, and he began to feel like a new kitten. He purred as she dried him with a soft towel. She named him Lucky. The name felt right, as he truly felt like the luckiest kitten in the world. He had a warm bed. It was soft and cozy, a perfect place for him to rest and recover. He had plenty of food. His days of scavenging and hunger were over, replaced by regular meals and a full belly. Most importantly, he had love. The girl showered him with affection, and he felt a bond forming between them. Lucky was no longer scared. He was home. The once frightened kitten had found a place where he belonged. Sometimes a little kindness is all it takes to change a life forever. Lucky's story is a testament to the power of compassion and love.